Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to The Point. I'm your host tonight, Anthony DiNardo, filling in for Jim Rosati. This is the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. What is up, everyone? So like I said, Jim is not in tonight. I'm filling in to be the host, but we do have a great guest panel tonight for us. Let's go ahead and introduce them all. Let's start from the top left, Colin Beazley. We got on the top right, Noah Hiles. Bottom right, we have Scott Moore from Bucco Bantr. And then there's Ty. So how's everyone doing?
Hey, man, it's a new year. Can't complain.
I'm doing well, guys. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I thought that we talk about the Pirates, so therefore we could complain. Isn't that what we just tend to do?
Yeah, but, new year, new me. It'll probably wear off in a day or so.
So it's like your Planet Fitness membership.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds good.
I mainly complain when I have to talk about the Pirates. And then I get reminded that a million people would kill for my job.
It's been a while since you've had to talk about them. How's that?
Yeah, it's pretty great, honestly. Not going to lie. I talk about them when I want to talk about them. And that's it. And then when something that I don't want to talk about happens, Colin writes about it. It's pretty dope.
It's great. I just do whatever Noah doesn't want to do at this point.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic.
It's mostly just writing about the Pirates at this point. He just doesn't want to write about them anymore.
Well, what a time, though. Pirates are actually doing some things.
Yeah.
And Ty, what's you been up to in 2026?
Yeah, so I'm like listening to a bunch of negative Nancy's around here. This is the best offseason we've had. And maybe it might have to do with Noah not being on the beat. Maybe Colin being on the beat is the real difference maker here. But hey, we're having a good offseason so far, I think.
I agree.
It's been entertaining. That's for sure. Something that hasn't happened in a long time. There's been things to talk about, stories you can write, podcasts we can podcast about. It's been quite the journey so far. And I mean, I think tonight's a great night to talk about it. We're within 48 hours of the window of Kazuma Okamoto being able to sign with the baseball team. I mean, he has to sign by 5 p.m. on Sunday. And I know the Pirates have been linked to him, as well as the Angels, the Padres, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays. Quite a bit of teams linked to him. No one really knows where he's going yet, but obviously it's the Pirates focus show. I think all five of us would love for him to be in Pittsburgh. So let's talk about him a lot. Before we do, though, as we always do, bit of a vibe check. I want to throw something at you, just get the juices going here on the show. So New Year's did just pass. I want to find out who had the best New Year's Eve on this show tonight. So state your case. I don't know what you did, and state your case why you had the best New Year's. Colin, let's start with you.
So I spent my New Year's Eve, New Year's Day skiing with my family. I'm out on the West Coast skiing in Mammoth a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't lag too much. But on New Year's Eve, we were supposed to have plans, and the roads were icy enough that we were able to cancel those plans, which was exactly what we were hoping for. We were hoping we didn't have to go out, hoping we could just watch TV, stay in, get some family time, and got to do that, and it was exactly what I had hoped for.
Awesome. So you did a lot of nothing, watching TV.
A lot of nothing and skiing the next morning.
All right, let's go with you, Scott.
Pretty low key, man. I'm not going to be very exciting. My twin sister just bought a new house, so we're hanging out there and we were drinking a little bit and hanging out. But it was pretty low key. It was just four of us: me, my girlfriend, my sister, and her husband. So not a whole lot up in Western PA for me.
Way to sell it. All right, Noah, your turn.
One of my best friends from college came down to hang out, and we got absolutely bombed at a whole bunch of dive bars in Dormont. We were back home by, Slap Shots was definitely on the list. That's when the night turned. So we got food at Moonlit Burgers and a whole bunch of free ads coming up for Dormont. Got food at Moonlit Burgers. We stopped at another bar that I don't want to advertise. And then I said, like, we could end the night here or we can make this a night to remember. And he said, let's do the latter. So we went to Slap Shots, which is the best bar in the world. And we were there for a while. Then we just hit every bar on the way home. Was still like in my house by 10 p.m. That's how I know I'm washed. And as soon as the ball dropped, did my New Year's Day tradition and watched the Tavon Austin highlight tape. So we know it's going to be a good year.
You did all that and we're in by 10 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, we went and got dinner at like
Still.
Moonlit at like 5:30, and then
Okay.
we probably hit like 4 or 5 bars after. And I these are all within like a 5-minute walk of my house.
Nice.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Ty.
I wanted to murder everybody that exists.
That's on
So
brand for
I
you,
I
Tyler.
went to work the entire day, and you know what? Like, let's be real here. Some coworkers might be watching this. I got our NCAA Dynasty game in at work. I worked a full day there, played video games a little bit, and then I went home and watched the Ohio State Buckeyes get their teeth kicked in.
Ooh,
So
rough one.
my New Year's Eve sucked, but yeah, I got nothing else to share with you
Hey,
guys. I didn't go anywhere.
Tyler, at
I
least you
just-
didn't lose
I-
to East Carolina in the military bowl or whatever it's called.
I just drug my butt home and I watched that shithole of a team play some shithole game, and it was a shithole night.
Tyler was quite distraught. I can confirm he was dead.
I didn't
silent in the
talk
group
to these
chat
guys
all
for
night.
like 48 hours, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. Everyone had a terrible New Year's Eve. We're a joyful group
Merry
here.
Year's.
Loads of fun. So let's get into some Okamoto talk. Obviously, again, the Pittsburgh is kind of like a disadvantage, I feel like, with Okamoto. Everyone kind of knows that. Of course, the team itself, the organization, but geography, location, right? A lot of guys that come from in the Asia market love to be on the West Coast, it seems like. So Ben Cherington knows this, right? And he feels like he's got a secret weapon, right? You're his secret weapon. You're going to pitch Okamoto and tell him why the beautiful city of Pittsburgh is where he wants to be in. So I want to hear your pitch. I'm going to give you guys 60, 90 seconds. Give me your best pitch to Okamoto and why he should be in Pittsburgh wearing the black and gold. We'll start with you, Scott.
Oh boy. Well, first of all, PNC Park, most scenic backdrop in baseball, like beautiful ballpark. You have a river there, might as well put baseballs into it. As I'm saying this, I realize he's a right-handed hitter, so like he better have 80 grade opposite field power. But hey, you got the Allegheny River there, you got a beautiful backdrop. Awesome to make that your home ballpark. The Pirates are actually building something right now, man. This isn't just like a wait 5 years and see anymore. I think, you got a wave of young pitching coming in and a fan base that's starving for an offensive hero. He could be that guy, which brings me into my last point, legacy opportunity for Okamoto. He could be the greatest international signing in Pirates history, and the player who helped bring winning baseball back to a city that loves its sports. So I think those 3 points here, the ballpark, the Pirates are very serious about winning this next year and in the future, and just the opportunity of building a legacy here in a city that doesn't win a ton baseball wise.
All right. Colin, you're up.
Oh, okay.
Well, for starters, I think my favorite thing about Pittsburgh is that all the professional teams have the exact same colors. I think that every team should do that. And also, there's French fries on sandwiches. We say yins instead of y'all. If it's good enough for Jake Mangum, it should be good enough for Kazuma Okamoto. Is basically what I'm getting at. But for real, the main answer, it's similar to what Scott said. I think there's going to be a lot of similarity here over these 4 answers. Is the fact that this is something where he has a chance to be a part of something bigger. I get that Pittsburgh isn't a San Diego or an LA or a Chicago or a New York or whatever, one of those bigger markets. But I think it's clear to everyone within baseball, regardless of whether you're coming from the US, from Japan, from wherever, how much the people of Pittsburgh want a winner and how much people in Pittsburgh will reward and love you forever if you're part of that. I mean, you look at the guys who were here in 2013, 2014, 2015, and you see how they're regarded nowadays, regardless of what their career ended up being. If I'm a guy like Okamoto wanting to come over to the U.S., I see that. I see the opportunity the Pirates have, and I want to be part of that. Sure, Pittsburgh isn't the biggest city, doesn't have the same reputation of an LA or New York or wherever, but there's a chance to be part of something bigger, and Okamoto could really be a hero here.
Noah, you're chomping at the bit.
Yeah, if I'm talking to Okamoto, I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about the Pirates fans. I'm not talking about the ballpark. I'm talking about him and what he can do that's going to be different than the rest of all the people who have made this trek before him. He's not going to a super team that's already loaded with talent. He's not going somewhere that's a guaranteed winner. He's not going somewhere that's familiar. You want to be different? You want to establish a legacy here in the States? Go to a small market team. Sign a long-term commitment and be a part of the face, not a part of the fabric, but a face of a franchise. Because that's what you'd be if you come over here and sign an extended deal with the Pittsburgh Pirates. You'd be someone who's not going to be trying to be a platoon guy like you'd be in San Diego. You wouldn't be on some couch potato team for the Dodgers who are never, or not the Dodgers, excuse me, the Angels who are never going to achieve anything. Like Scott mentioned, this is a team that's trying to win now. You're going to be the guy that pushes it over to the top, but don't think about what the fans should be happy. You are trying to win. The ballpark should be nice. That you want to play at a good place. We're talking to you, Okamoto. If you want to be here and you want to be something different in America, come here and show the rest of your country that you don't just have to go to California to be a meaningful baseball player in America, that if you're good enough, you can do it literally anywhere. And Pittsburgh is the place for you to make that statement.
The passion. All right, Noah. Let's follow that up, Ty.
Felt that.
So I actually kind of do agree with Noah, and more than kind of. But to me, the entire Okamoto sweepstakes, do you want to matter or not? You're not going to matter in San Diego. Nobody will give a shit about you, dude. Does anybody care about Haesung Kim, whatever his name is? I can't pronounce it correctly. No, sure don't. Don't care about him there. He goes to San Diego. Is he starting? Sure isn't. Manny Machado's starting at third base. He's going to be a bench player. You want to come here and do something? Come here. If you don't, I'll find another one of you. Don't care. That's my sales pitch. I don't care. I'll find 5 more of you. Will
Tyler playing hard to
No.
get. I don't care. I don't want you. Fine. Go.
In all reality, though, like, okay, you want to go to San Diego and be a bench player? Have fun, bub.
Well,
You
there
want
it
to
is.
matter? Come here.
I mean, that can I jump in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another point that we could make is the fact that Manny Machado's in San Diego, and I'm sure San Diego's, they've been looking for a first baseman for a while, right? Like they've been playing Jake Cronenworth there. He could play third base in Pittsburgh. It's wide open. And I think he has more flexibility in Pittsburgh, and that should be a selling point as well. I know we had heard many conversations about Jorge Polanco coming to Pittsburgh, and the Pirates were very willing to play him and keep him in the infield dirt and play him where he wants to play outside of Seattle, where they wanted him to DH and DH only. You can come to Pittsburgh and play third base full time, man.
And you can play
So you have
first
the playing
base.
time.
You could play first
You can
base
play
too,
first
yeah.
base too if you want, because you can
Yeah.
platoon with Spencer Horwitz. You can play wherever you want. You'll be in the lineup every day here. And the only other option where you're going to be an everyday player is the Angels. And no one wants to be an everyday player for the Angels.
Now, let me give you a little rebuttal here, Colin. You bring up Pittsburgh and how great it is, but, hey, I live in Japan, direct flights. It's a lot closer. There's a large community here. Why would I want to be in Pittsburgh opposed to where might be more comfortable in LA?
Yeah, it's something different. Is like, this is, as we've all talked about, this is a chance where you can have a legacy both at home and abroad. You can have the legacy in Japan of doing something different. You can have the legacy in the States of doing something different. Yeah, there's not a direct flight. Yeah, it might be a little bit more difficult to get there. Yeah, the weather might not be exactly what it would be in Southern California or somewhere else. Though I will say it's been raining and pretty gross out here for the last couple days. But it's a chance to do something different and to have a legacy as something more than just doing what everyone else is doing. I think that that's something that should appeal to any free agent, and I bet it would appeal to Okamoto too.
One more thing, guys. Pittsburgh has Kennywood, okay? that should be a selling point front and center for Okamoto. He's talked about taking his kids to Disneyland and Anaheim or wherever. Kennywood, 10 times better than Disneyland. Come to Pittsburgh. That's the selling
Noah,
point right there.
You're so passionate. There's no Disneyland here.
Here's the great thing about America is you can get on a plane and go to Disneyland, and you'll be making $36 million if you sign with the Pirates. So you have plenty of money to go wherever the hell you want. If you're going to let a direct flight be the reason you don't want to play for our baseball team, we don't want you. That's what I would say to him. I would say you can hop on a direct flight to LaGuardia or JFK, and then you can go home to Japan. It adds an hour onto your trip. Do you want to play here or not? We plan on winning. You can join us or you can watch us.
I hate the fact that I agree with Noah so much.
Well, there it is. Well, I don't know. Those are all good pitches, but good luck in San Diego, Okamoto. No one brought up Sax Boy Billy.
He's not a Pirates fan right now.
But if it takes Sax Boy to get this fella here.
Come on.
We got Sax never really Billy. Even in Pittsburgh. He's like
True.
He's like in Timbuktu and Nova Scotia and Omaha, Nebraska.
Viantuna, Zimbabwe.
Never understand where he's at ever.
All right. So all great pitches. But now ultimately, I do want to know where you think Okamoto will sign. Let's start with Ty. Ultimately, where is the destination? Come 5 o'clock on Sunday. What uniform will he be wearing?
Unfortunately, I think he's going to wear the San Diego Padres uniform, and I think that the geography alone is gonna fit there. He's like, of the international signings, he's the one I would have preferred. But look, I'm not losing my mind over not getting this guy. I wasn't planning on getting him before this entire thing. I'm not really losing my mind about it now. It'd be nice to have him, but for what they have, we'll figure it out.
So you're marking the Padres.
I'm marking Padres.
Noah.
Yeah, it's Padres. Because that's the best option for him. He doesn't have the pressure to be. I'm going to contradict everything I said because I don't believe a lot of what I say. I just say it aggressively, and everyone gets fired up, and that's why I win these shows. So yeah, it's going to be the Padres because he can go there. He can be their first baseman. He can platoon when they want to DH Manny Machado because he's getting a little older, and I think down the road you could probably see Okamoto getting some third base reps as Machado starts slowing down a little bit, but there's not a lot of pressure to succeed. I mean, this is a guy who is coming over. The velocity is going to be a test. The bat to ball's there. The strike zone awareness is there. Do you want to go somewhere where you're going to have to bat fifth every game and try to hit 20 home runs, or where you could just be a league average hitter and progress and develop and probably get just as much, if not more money, live in a city with better weather, a really nice ballpark, because that does matter, and a fan base that shows up every single game. They pack that place. It's one of the best atmospheres in baseball. And oh, by the way, they're not just starting to try to win. They've been trying to win for a long time, and they're regulars in the playoffs, and you can help push them over the top.
Good point there on the trying to win for a long time. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go, Colin.
Noah just wants the points, but yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I like to win.
Yeah, he just wants to win. I want to try and throw out some sort of curveball just to not say San Diego. I want to try and say he's going to be a West Sacramento A or something crazy, but I don't see him going anywhere other than San Diego. I think that he will be able to be pretty much an everyday bat there as a right-handed hitter. I think he'll play a lot of first base. I haven't seen anywhere that he's said that he desperately wants to play third base or cares desperately where he plays. I think that San Diego, with the location, the geography, the winning environment there, those beautiful pink and green uniforms or whatever their crazy city connect is. I don't see a world where I don't see a way that he ends up in Pittsburgh when he has San Diego going after him hard. Obviously, the Pirates could make some crazy offer, give him something that they can't turn down, but I think San Diego is where he's going to end up.
Wow. So 3 Padre calls so far. Something different in the bag here, Scott?
Absolutely. I'm not going to be the same as these 3 idiots here. Come on now. I'm gonna go Angels because I'm gonna be different.
Oh yeah,
and
we're idiots.
I'm gonna disregard all the reports that have come out recently, right? Because if you read Twitter over the past week, you would have thought that Okamoto was a Pirate until Alex Tumpf came on that Bucco Bantr podcast and ruined the hopes and dreams of all Pirates fans. That's a story for another day. We don't have to talk about that here, but I'm going to say Angels. The Angels, nothing they do makes sense to me, and I could see them, the whole Rendon news with the buyout, like the third base is open, and generally most positions are open for the Angels. And he wants proximity to an amusement park like Disneyland, even though Kennywood's way better. I'm going to go Angels. Kazuma Okamoto signs a 4-year deal with the Angels by Sunday evening.
Okay, so that's a little bit different, little interesting as well. Again, so three Padres, 1 Angels, obviously both in California. I want to throw something out there. Do you think maybe Toronto's a bit of a sleeper in here? I mean, they are coming off a World Series. You want to talk about no pressure, the community there, having a whole country on your side also. Do you think Toronto could be a sleeper? Noah?
Maybe. I mean, who's their third baseman right now? Would it be Barger?
Barger, I think.
Pretty much
I mean,
right now.
he's not playing first base. That's for
Right.
sure. And I mean, I think they're probably still looking to allocate some money to a bigger name than Okamoto. I think the timeline, if it were different, maybe I could see them being a little bit more aggressive, but I think they're hunting for bigger fish right now. And if they were to go after Okamoto, that would take them out of the running of a Bichette return, of a Bregman, they've got only so many spots that left to fill on that roster because they're pretty well built as is. I don't think they're willing to settle for an Okamoto when there's so much better out there right now and you have the budget that they do.
Okay. And Colin, you're a Cali guy. You went with the Padres, but why not the Angels? It's LA. They just dumped a big contract. And the guy that, kind of stinks and like the worst contract in the world. And that's kind of deferred down the line. So they freed up some cash. They seem to be spending some money, getting some relievers and such. Why not LA?
Angels are just irrelevant like that. It's the truth. They're the only team with a longer playoff drought. It's the only team with a longer playoff drought than the Pirates. And it's also just the secondary market doing the same thing as what Shohei did at the very best of going to that team. I don't see a situation where you choose a contract from the Angels over someone more likely to play winning baseball. I also don't think that, with what we've seen today, I don't think the Angels are going to be the highest bidder for his services. So I think he's more likely to take a higher offer to go somewhere else than go somewhere close to Disneyland.
Okay. And Ty. What, Noah, you got something?
Yeah, I just want to make a quick point.
Bat?
Yeah, it's a little bat pen that I have.
Is that the one from Cincinnati?
No, this is from San Francisco, actually. So, but I think something like an element to Okamoto's free agency that's a lot different than a lot of players that have done this before him is he's already 29.
Yeah,
So he's
30.
a little older than most of these guys. So I think, you look at what Murakami just got, right? He's going to be a free agent again when he's 27. He's going to have a chance to get 2, if not 3 U.S. paydays. This might be Okamoto's one shot. He's going to the highest bidder. That's what it's going to come down to.
So if geography is kind of an issue and the Pirates are serious and it's coming down to money, can't the Pirates potentially just say, you know what? Hey, screw it. Let's give him some money. Tyler, why can't it be the Pirates?
It can be, absolutely. And honestly, it should be. And to a certain extent, it should be the Pirates. I think I don't know the exact number you go up to, but I think I'd be comfortable. I'd be comfortable with anything, honestly. I would. Anything other than crazy stuff. But if you're in the ballpark of everybody else, I'm taking
Name a number.
What's AAV?
Yeah.
AAV wise, I think
for 100.
Are you
comfortable with
guys
that?
going like 18 a year?
Hell no.
Are you
I'm
going
going-
17?
I'm thinking
No.
15 to 17 for me. That's the range.
I don't know about that.
No,
I would go
No.
18 to have him.
I wouldn't.
If
Unless if it was
because-
2 years.
Yeah, so that's
I'm not
another
giving
part
him more
that
than
I don't-
$50 million.
Yeah, so that's another part that I think needs to be kind of hashed out is like the length of it. I'm not dumping 18 million a year into him over 4 years whatsoever. But like, could you go like 18 over? I don't know. Like, could this
What if
be
it's 18
a
over 3?
Murakami type of deal where you're going a little bit lower year wise?
What if it was something like
Yeah.
18 a year, 3 years, 3 options,
but the Pirates don't do opt-outs.
3 options.
3 opt-outs. Sorry, not
Pirates
options.
don't,
3
Pirates don't do
opt-outs.
opt-outs. Like I would
But
do
again,
that.
is this maybe so? Put it on you. Is this maybe a situation where it's like, hey, you know what? This is something we don't do. Scott, are you gonna start hopping on the trend here? If this is what it takes to get them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they should absolutely entertain that offer, especially with 2027 kind of like up, and who knows what's going to happen next year, you know? Like there's a potential lockout, and you got Brendan Lowe on 1 year without extending him. You just acquired him, and I feel like you should go all in for this year, but that's not something they've ever done. So I'm not optimistic about them changing course right now.
You've got a situation where you can go all in for 2026 and 2027. And if that doesn't work, then you sell the farm, you trade Paul Skeens, you start the rebuild. So why not go all in? Why not get weird? Why not pay a little bit more than you have to right now? Considering if this doesn't work out now, they'll start over again in not too distant future.
Yeah.
On the terms of financials, my plan would be I would pretty much the highest I'd go is I'd match exactly what's left on Mitch Keller's deal. What Mitch is scheduled to make for the remaining, what does he have, 3 years of club control? It'd be identical. And that way, if it works out well, then it's like, okay, we'll just offload Mitch this next offseason, like they've been trying to do for a couple of years now. And that money's been cleared up. Now on the bigger point, and it's been mentioned in the comments here I'm reading, I don't think they're looking to spend that much money. And that's the problem. Like Tyler said, this should absolutely be the team that's making the hardest push. I don't know if they have the funds for him left over. And if they do, I don't know if there's anything else that's coming afterward. And I don't think they're an Okamoto away from being a complete product right now.
Interesting. Well, then let's go the other route. Say they do miss out. Say all of you are correct. He's either a Padre, an Angel, or wherever, right? He's not a Pirate come Sunday at 5 p.m. Where does this team pivot? Let's start with Ty this time.
So to me, I think they pivot to a different position. I think, to me, I'm pivoting to pitching, and I'm pivoting to the outfield. I'm kind of ignoring third base at this point because I don't see anything free agent wise that I would really go after Okamoto and after Alex Boehm that Alex and Colin, I think, both mentioned, and Suarez as well. Suarez to me is a little bit scary. Like if you're going 3 years, I think that could be a little bit nerve-wracking. To me, I'm switching to pitching. I'm going to go after the Jose Quintana. I'm going to get him right now. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to go get my 5th starter. Whoever that 5th guy in this rotation is going to be, I'm going to go get him. And I'm not going to spend a lot. I know Paxton's been brought up like internally with us about an option, or some of the other guys that might be like 10 to 15 million. None of those guys really move the needle for me. I'm going after a Tyler Anderson, a Jose Quintana. One of them lefty arms, and there's not many out there. I'm going after those guys because we can spend less in that realm. Maybe you find I hate to say it, but a Jesse Winker out there in left field and call it a day. Maybe save a little bit for the trade deadline. I don't know. But there's nothing out there in the free agent market that I really want to go after.
So you're moving on to the whole different position, shoring up.
I'm moving completely on from third base. I'm riding with Jared Triolo. hoping Connor Griffin's ready for opening day, and then we'll figure out the rest of the positions after that. Not after that, but right now.
Colin.
There we go.
Suarez.
So that's why Okamoto's not going out to the West Coast. They have terrible internet.
I go Suarez. This work now?
Yeah,
there we go.
All right. I'll say it one last time. I'd go with Suarez. I'd go with someone who's got pop, someone who's an established major league hitter. I think that they're in an opportunity where you can get a power hitting third baseman, either Okamoto or Suarez, and have some real impact, really shore up that lineup. You still need a right-handed hitter. And I think that if, again, he's someone that kind of matches the Pirates time frame, where it'd be another all-in signing for right now, someone that you don't have to lock up long-term, someone you could get for 2, max 3 years. I think that he's someone that would be worthwhile for the Pirates to go out and get. And I haven't seen too much out there that he'd be all that expensive, just considering it doesn't seem like there's that much of a market. I think he's a perfect fit for Pittsburgh. I've said it pretty much all offseason. I'm standing by that now.
What do you think he would demand to sign? How much is that contract going to be?
Probably a similar thing to Okamoto. 15.
I would say
are you worried about regression also?
Yeah, but I don't. You have to take some swings. You have to go out and sign some guys. And regression from him is still 25 homers probably. That would be a major difference for the Pirates. Batting average be damned.
All right. Where are you pivoting, Noah?
I'll give you my 4-step plan here. My step 1, I'm adding a backstop, preferably a switch hitter. I have 2 in mind. Here's a good old-fashioned Noah Hiles inside info scoop for you. Doing a little texting around. Keep an eye on Victor Caratini for these Buccos. Might be some interest there, and it certainly makes a lot of sense. Familiarity with the new pitching coach. Switch hitter gives them some pop from the right side. And honestly, Caratini could probably give you equal major league established power that you're going to get from Okamoto. What do you think he was going to give you this year? 15 bombs? You can get that from Caratini. And Caratini can play 120 games between being a catcher and being a designated hitter. And he's going to cost you half of what you'd probably end up paying Okamoto for AAV. You could probably get him for like $8 million a year. So I sign him to a 2-year deal, or I trade for Adley Rutschman. That's my first step. I'm getting a switch hitting catcher who can be my primary catcher, and he can be my DH when Henry Davis is catching for Paul Skeens. That's my first step. Second step is I'm looking at third base. Realistically, I agree with you guys. I mean, there's not a lot on the free agency market. I don't think they have Suarez or Okamoto money. So I'm pivoting and saying, look, we upgraded power in the outfield. We upgraded power in the infield, bringing in Lau, and potentially now through this plan with a catcher as well, we're going to have the best defensive options on the left side of our infield. I'm signing a utility guy, someone like a Willie Castro or a Urias, to be there at shortstop, or Triolo would be the shortstop, I guess, until Connor Griffin's ready. And then they take over third base every day when they're good to go. So, or in the case of Castro, I'd make him my shortstop until Griffin's ready, and then they take over third. Urias would just be my third baseman. Triolo would play short until Connor Griffin's ready. And that's where I'm going to get value there. You might get league average offense at best, but you're going to get great defense, and then you have a backup with great defense. This was a team long-term. They were hoping to get great defense from third base and average offense. Brian Hayes was on that long-term deal. You're essentially getting that with still better offense if you have a Urias or a Willie Castro there at third, and you can get them. You could probably get a Castro and a Caratini in free agency for the same AAV that you're going to get Okamoto. And I bet you if you add up both of their WAR at the end of this next season, probably going to be higher than his. And then third, I'm getting that fifth starter. I don't care if it's a righty or a lefty. I'm saying I need you to throw 80 innings for me until Hunter Barco's ready, and then you're out of a job, brother. Unless you're doing well, then you can stick around. And then last but certainly not least, I'm trading some of that damn prospect capital that they've been holding on to. They haven't traded any prospects, and I'm loading up my bullpen. That's where you can get the most value in trades, especially if you're the Pirates. You can find a whole bunch of pre-arb guys, whole bunch of Mason Montgomery-style projects, maybe someone with a little bit more of an established resume as well for a Tamar Johnson or something lesser. And you can really solidify that bullpen without adding anything to your payroll at all. That's the Noah Hiles offseason plan.
Mr. President.
This plan sucks ass.
All right. Well, let's see you top that, Scott.
I mean,
Where are they pivoting?
that's tough to top. I just want to start by saying that I completely agree on the Victor Caratini front. This is a name that I've been bringing up a bunch. I actually was called stupid a couple days ago on the Bucco Bantr podcast for suggesting they need a catcher because they have 4 catchers: Joey Bart, Henry Davis, Rafael Flores, and Endy Rodriguez. But I'm like thinking to myself, which 4 of those are going to be your number 1 catcher?
Just to kind of cut you off there, isn't that kind of the same? Like if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks.
Yeah, I guess quantity over quality or whatever. I like Victor Caratini is coming off kind of a career year, man. He had like a 730 OPS, 12 home runs, and he's also a veteran. And I would love to see a veteran catcher paired up with this young pitching staff. I think that would be huge for this team going forward. Pair him, and you could back up Henry Davis. Like I know this pitching staff loves to pitch to Henry Davis. He's a hole in the lineup offensively. Everyone knows that. You don't have to. We don't have to announce that. But like Paul Skeens and all these guys love throwing to Henry Davis, so he could be a valuable backup in the way that Austin Hedges is a valuable backup till this day. In terms of third base, I'm going to pivot here. Suarez would be my top choice, but I have heard and seen very little smoke about him around the Pirates or any team, really. He might be a late signing in this offseason. I don't know. And pull-heavy right-handed hitters don't necessarily succeed at PNC Park. Not saying that Suarez can't, but I would sign up for that deal any day of the week this offseason. But Yohan Moncada, I'm going to make a case for him because I've been doing this the last couple of days, and I know there's been a lot of pushback on Moncada. This is a guy that would be far from a 0 offensively, I think. He had a 815 OPS versus right-handed pitchers in 2025. All 12 of his home runs came against right-handed pitchers. He's way better from the left side of the plate than the right side of the plate. He's a switch hitter. He is a hole defensively, and durability is a concern. I get that. But if you pair him with a Jared Triolo, and Jared Triolo is going to be on this Major League roster, I think we all know that. Jared Triolo had a 798 OPS versus left-hand pitchers. You could theoretically platoon those two in a lineup, and you have a lot of lineup flexibility with those guys. I think it's pretty obvious that probably Kutch is not coming back for 2026. DiNardo, I'll let you announce that and pull him out. But
I like to see his response.
I think you could have a lot of flexibility with that DH spot, man. You got Ryan O'Hearn. Brandon Lau could DH some days. You've got Spencer Horwitz could DH. You can move guys if Ryan O'Hearn to first base. You could put Moncada at a DH spot. I think you could use all these guys creatively. I don't think Moncada would be as big of a black hole of a signing as people are making it out to be online.
We're getting cute here. Why get cute? Sign a Okamoto, sign a Suarez, Castro, and Caratini were worth less than 1 WAR this year. Just go out and sign a guy or trade for Alec Bohm. You're close.
Yeah, they should. But yeah, like, do I need to finish? Why? That's still a debate. Like, yeah, if they're actually trying to win, they absolutely should go get Okamoto or a Gino Suarez or somebody else. If they're actually going to do what they said it was, which was do something a little different. Because right now, all they've done is reallocate the same money that they had. Right now, if they stick to the status quo and they're doing what Stump and Bees have been reporting, and that's, like they're pretty much done making the big moves or look to be potentially be done making the big moves, and they're just going to fill up the back end of that bullpen, get a number 5 starter and some utility guys like we're all pitching, maybe even a little less, then that's not much different than what they've done. They've just signed one guy to a multi-year deal and traded for an all-star with 1 year of club control. So Ben did a lot more, but Bob didn't do anything different besides spend a little bit more money in a year right before a CBA negotiation. So it looks like his team's actually trying. If you want to actually try, yes, go get these guys. But the reason why we're throwing out names like Moncada and Caratini and Willie Castro is because, well, we're talking about the Pirates. And so they're going to be balling on a budget again, folks. And when you're doing that, when you're shopping at Aldi, sometimes you got to find the best bologna. You got to find the best crackers because you only got $5 for dinner.
I'm going to have a rebuttal real quick. So I'm going to go cross sport here. We just watched the Rose Bowl last night, Indiana versus Alabama. Kurt Cignetti, Pittsburgh guy. This is a guy who came into Indiana, had the 72nd ranked recruiting class this year versus Alabama's, who was top 10, and just blew them out of the water. I don't think this team needs to spend an uber amount of money this offseason to get better.
Scott, Indiana's NIL budget is huge.
I know.
They pay offensive linemen $400,000. That is not a good comparison whatsoever. They're in the Big Ten. They get $60 million from their media deal.
I'm trying.
They're probably one of like 8 schools in the country that spend the max that they're allowed to of the house settlement money. Okay, not a good example, but you know, culture.
Their quarterback,
I get it.
Fernando Mendoza won the Heisman. He came from Cal.
Well, yeah, I do want to go back to
to go
as well here.
Guys, they have the best college football coach alive right now.
Yeah,
that makes a difference.
Larry Cares is still alive, but okay. Yeah.
Well, fair. Yeah.
But no, Ty, so I do want to ask you too, because you said you want to pivot and go other directions and such. Are you ignoring third base totally, or do you also want to maybe bring in some like a Moncada to at least give another option for the Pirates?
No, Moncada makes me want to die.
Happy New Year's
Eve. What makes you want to die, dude?
I legitimately do not want young Moncada whatsoever. Would I have taken him when he was on waivers like 5 years ago? Sure. However long ago it was. I don't remember. At that point, like, guys, I'm just being honest. I'd rather roll with Jared Triolo. I would. At that point, if we're getting into Yo Moncada territory, just give me Jared Triolo and I'll spend money elsewhere. But let me say one more quick thing. I kind of do agree with Noah where I got to pump the brakes on the spending. Like, I don't know if they're like, I feel like we're about done here. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Well, I think that wraps pretty much the show up here. I do have the voting already open after your first round of the last argument here. I open it up. So I'm going to keep it remain open. Everyone knows now the voting is up there. Vote for who you think won tonight on the show. I want to give you all your opportunity to tell us why you should win. So let's just go again in order. Top left. Colin, why are you tonight's winner?
I'm tonight's winner because I'm doing the little stuff, because I'm covering the waiver claims and whatnot. We get to have Noah doing the stuff that he's doing right now. We get to have him writing features and holding accountability there. Someone's got to do the dirty work. I'm doing the dirty work. That's why you should vote for me.
I'll be honest. That kind of sounds like you're the loser of the two. But anyways, Noah, why are you the winner tonight?
I'm going to pull out a page out of the Indiana playbook. Google me. I win. Every time I come on this thing, I win.
This is going to make one hell of a movie.
Travis Williams sees my face. He walks on the other side of the street. All right, Pirates fans, you love to see this mug on your screen. That's why you're voting for me, and that's why I won again. Google me.
Scott.
I mean, listen, great job, everybody. But, I think I brought some different opinions here tonight. I pitched Okamoto on Kennywood. I differentiated on Okamoto to San Diego with the Angels. And I made some arguments around bringing in Moncada and Victor Carantini and not needing to spend as much. And that was met with some rebuttals from Mr. Hiles here above me. But, I thought it was a well-fought battle here tonight. And, I think that's deserving of my first place here.
Shout out to Highland Avenue. Tyler.
Yeah.
Why are you tonight's winner?
Well, let's be real here. Like, I give you realistic options every time we talk about this type of stuff. Nobody's really mentioning Jared Triolo as their third base option right now. And I have to, because they're all talking about Eugenio Suarez. They're talking about Okamoto, like all these expensive options. That's all well and good. But at the end of the day, I'm significantly better looking than Noah.
That's just vehemently false.
But unfortunately, maybe not Scott or Noah.
You drink Ohio water. You're drinking East Lisbon water, brother. Didn't the train blow up?
Pause, brother.
Yeah, like 20 miles away. I'm good.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Come on now. Who has all the news on Mike Thompson? That's kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I've had beers with Scott. I had sushi with Colin. I mean, like, I haven't had sushi with Noah. I haven't had beers.
Tyler,
with
we had a couple of
few
beers on the beach.
We've had a few beers.
Some things.
had
All right,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to end the
We did
poll
play catch.
in
We
5 seconds.
But in all
So-
reality, the reason you should vote for me is because I don't want Moncada at all.
I don't
There
think
it is.
anyone does.
Well, the polls are officially closed. The man with the four-piece plan, the confidence, the swag. Noah Hiles is your winner tonight with a 50% of the votes, by the way. The runaway winner tonight. Look at those
Shut
lights
up.
going. Noah Hiles, 50% of the votes. Ty got second with 21. Scott with
I'll take
17.
that. That's okay.
And that Californian with 12. Colin. But hey, Noah, want to Google you. So let's hear your last speech. I guess your first speech of 2026.
Yeah. All I gotta ask is one question: where's Bucco Mike right now? Where's Bucco Mike right now?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of talking on these Twitter streets. Chico, where you at, brother? You looking at crypto? What are you doing? You trying to be an insider? I don't know. All I see is me winning again, and you in the comments, Bucco Mike. Where are you at? Where are you at? My dad is a huge fan of you, Bucco Mike. We all love you.
Oh, he's absolutely.
I
in the
actually
comments.
do. Yeah.
All right. Well, there it is, guys. I thought tonight's show was really fun. Good talk. Appreciate all of you. And once again, just let everyone know where they can find you, Colin.
Post-Gazette.com and Colin_Beazley on Twitter. Either place, I'll be there.
Noah.
Post-Gazette.com and my show at Bucco Territory with me, Platinum Key, and a guy named Josh Harrison.
And Scott.
At Bucco Bantr, BANTR, and then at Scotty Mo on Twitter, my my personal page. So
Nice. So no Ian Banner, unlike Moncada at third base. Ty.
Yeah, I mean, just wagging the gutch. I don't post much.
He's like, kill me. That's our show. We appreciate everyone. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Sunday, 5 p.m. We'll see who is right. Bye-bye.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.